In order to understand Locke's theories, I think it's helpful to think about the origin of property. By that, I don't necessarily mean historical origin. I mean the question of what makes it the case that there could be property rights in the first place. One common answer is it's established by government. Okay? So if you form a government and you have this understanding by law that people can have private property, well, then there's private property. Right? But if there were no such collective decision, right, then property rights simply wouldn't exist. All the stuff would be out there, but there would be no such thing as property. So as I've said, I own this compass. Some people would say, well, that's because we have laws saying you get to keep it and other people can't touch it. But Locke doesn't want to go that way. Right? He doesn't want to say, well, property is entirely a creation of the government. Instead, he wants to say that even if there were no government, there would be such a thing as property rights. That is, there would be cases in which you could say, no, this is mine. You can't touch it without my permission, right? Even though there's no government. And other people would have a moral obligation to respect that property right. Okay. So the idea is that when we come together and form a society and establish a government, there are already existing property rights. Now, they might get modified in certain ways as part of the agreement to form a government, right? But it's not like we have to wait for the invention of government to have property rights. Right? In a sense, it's something that exists morally, right? Even if the government never came along and said that it existed.